Hi, welcome to my Tic-Tac-Toe Week 11 project walkthrough. The goal of this project was to build a working game of tic-tac-toe using the tools we've learned so far, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and Bootstrap. So let's begin. I'm going to open my HTML with my live server. Here is the game grid. It's a 3x3 layout made with Bootstrap columns and rows. Each box is clickable and will display an X or an O depending on the current player. At the top, you'll see labels for player 1 and player 2. The highlighted players show whose turn it is. The game starts with player 1 as X, as you can see. And then the highlighted player switches to player 2. I've included a start button to begin the game. Once the box is clicked, the start alert goes off right away. The reset button clears the board and resets everything, including the turn count and the player highlighted. If someone wins, let me start the game so I can show you. If someone wins, Bootstrap alert pops up with the winner's name. If the board fills up and no one wins, a draw alert appears. So let me show you the draw alert. There's a draw alert. I used jQuery to handle the click events and Bootstrap for the styling and layout. I also added comments through my code to explain each section and show what I've learned. I pushed my project to GitHub and I made sure to include a git ignore file with a package.json file. This way, anyone can clone the repo and run npm install to set it up. I want to quickly go through my scripts. So first, I'm going to go through my HTML. At the top, I've linked my Bootstrap and my CSS. I have a header with the game title and a bunny image for the cute bunny picture at the top of the page. I have two sections showing player 1 and player 2. For player 1, I have them set as X and player 2 as O. I have three Bootstrap alerts, um, alert boxes. Here we go. One for the game to start, one for the game to draw, and one to show the winner. The main grid is a 3x3 layout using Bootstrap, rows and columns, with boxes labeled from 0 to 8. At the bottom, I added two buttons, one to start the game and one to reset it. Now let's go over my app.js. Here's the JavaScript file where all the game logic happens. First, I use jQuery. This because my reset button wasn't working. I'm not sure if I needed this, but I kept it because it's working with this. I stored each box in a variable to make it easy to manage. I created two players, X and O, to link up with to match up with the HTML, and a turn counter to track the moves. And I also set up alerts to be hidden at the start, as you can see. The main game logic happens in these two functions. The check winner function here checks all possible winning combinations. If someone wins, it shows a Bootstrap alert announcing the winner. If all 9 moves are made and there is no winner, it shows a draw alert. And then we have the start function. Here's the draw alert. The start function sets up the game. It starts with player 1, highlights the current players using Bootstrap classes, listens for boxes, clicks, and alternates turns between X and O. It also hides the start alert after the first move. The start button runs this function, and the reset button clears the board, hides alerts, resets all variables, and disables the box clicks until the game is restarted. I also want to show the console on live server. Console. As you can see, it's a start game. When I reset, it resets, it doesn't really, and then start game two, and it counts how many times I start. Thank you so much for watching, and that's my project. Everything is pushed to um, GitHub and publicly accessible, so you can clone it and run it and play along and have a great time.